evening. My name is Georgianne Warnock, and I'm the Associate Superintendent in CFB for our Educational Services. I am absolutely thrilled to get to serve as the moderator this evening for our discussion. And we want to welcome you to tonight's Discover CFB High School Option Session, brought to you by CFB's AGT and CFB's PTA. So let's really thank these two innovative groups who came to us and said, this is a need, and can the district please help us in hosting it? So thank you to CFB AGT for hosting it. Those are both great organizations. We encourage you to join both of those as members, as additional resources for you in helping to be advocates for your children and for public school, and to learn more about CFB. Tonight I'll tell you a little bit about the structure of what we hope that you get out of tonight. We have up here on our dais here our esteemed panel of principals of our 5 high schools, and they've each brought a student with them. And we're going to have a little bit of discussion after I share with you a few things about how we transition students in CFB from middle school to high school. And there'll be some things in here I hope that you find out that you didn't know, things you might have more questions about. We'll have a presentation here, and then we'll all be available in the foyer afterwards at our respective tables to answer any questions that you might have about particular programs or ideas that you hear. I've worked in the district for 20 years as a teacher, a high school principal, and I'm also a mom of students in the district. I have kids in elementary and in high school. And so I can totally empathize with you parents as you're making the decision about what you want to do for your high school path for your child. But it's a really big decision. And there's a lot of times you feel like you might not have all the information you need, and so we want to be a great resource for you and to help make sure that you have all the questions answered, that you, with your child, make the best high school decision. It's a big decision, and it drives a lot of where they'll go for the rest of their life. So I want you to kind of think about where you feel right now about your child's transition to high school, right? I'm a little bit worried, I'm looking for more information, I'm curious, I'm very concerned, I'm anxious, I'm nervous, are they going to have friends, is it the right program, or I am freaking out about my child going to high school, right? I'm worried about it so big, and what they're going to do, is this the right decision? So we're kind of all in some different places. So I'm going to ask you to raise your hand if you're in the, I'm curious, I want some more information, you're in that camp, okay? You're in the more like a little bit anxious feeling about the high school transition, okay? Great. And then what about the, oh, no, this is really happening thing? Okay, so we all have, and that's all totally normal, right? We all have those feelings, and we probably fluctuate in between them. So we hope that by the end of it tonight, you leave with a different emoji, the smiley emoji. All right, I want to talk to you about in CFB what our plans are for your children to help them transition to high school. So we start that in 5th grade. We do a career fair. We bring students over to explore all the different career opportunities, and we do that over here at the ESDC building. And then in middle school, we do a career interest inventory. We have robust career programming in our high schools, and we believe that as we're preparing kids for college readiness, that's also leading to career readiness, right? We want our students to be college ready. We also want them to be employable. So we build that in middle school to get some ideas about what they might be interested in. All of our extracurricular activities, if your child's involved in band or in cheerleading and football, all of our middle schools have theater activities that the high schools do that bring middle schools over to the high schools to participate, have some exposure and a taste of what that's like, and that's very purposeful and intentional to build comfort with that moving to the high school. We also have feeder support from our teachers that the high school program leaders go to the middle schools to start to connect with students. They see those familiar faces of our high school band directors are at our middle schools. Our high school orchestra directors are at our middle schools. Our choir directors, our high school administration team comes to the middle school, so they start to see faces and make a connection there. Our children in our middle schools are all invited to participate in the high school homecoming game activities and to be a part of that as their feeder program. We also, in 7th grade, for our students who are in IDS, offer an academy field trip in 7th grade. So they can go and explore all of the different programs that are offered at our various high schools. And our high school principals are going to talk more about those programs. So if your child is in IDS, they have exposure to that in 7th grade. In 8th grade, all of our academies host open houses. And so if you're interested in a particular program, let's say you're interested in the biomedical program at Turner, or you're interested in the Law and Criminal Justice Academy at Creekview, International Baccalaureate at Rangeview High School, or the International Business Academy at Smith, you can attend a night there. We also offer that at Early College High School. So you can go and get more information. And we do those for students that they get to go and see. We also do those open houses for parents. We do academy presentations at all of our middle schools. So all of your 8th graders will have an exposure to that academy presentation where they'll learn more about it. And every 8th grader will have a one-on-one planning meeting with a counselor that comes to help them make a graduation plan. And that's located in a program we call Bridges. So it's accessible to parents. You can open that, and that is their pathway through high school. It changes. So they're not, required to adhere to something they set up in 8th grade if they have, something that changes as they move through high school. But it does set a path and help them start to plan. We also send our high school counselors to the middle school, and they do course registration there at the middle school. And then around that same time frame, that next week, there's a showcase in the evening at the high school. So parents can go to the high school and look for the programs. Students can help make their final decisions about the courses that they want to take. And then we send that course selection home to parents so you can see what your child signed up for. And then a little bit later in the spring, we bring all 8th graders over to the high school to spend the day. They go to small group meetings, they tour the campus, and one of the things when we surveyed 8th graders about their concerns about high school, the biggest thing they were concerned about was eating in the cafeteria. So, how does that work? It's a lot bigger, there's a lot more choices, where do I enter my code? How does all that happen? So we have them, while they're in 8th grade, do an 8th grade lunch at the high school. So they walk through it before they go to high school on the first day, and they see how it works, they have a feel for it, and that's very intentional based on the feedback that children have given us. We also then, before school starts, have a freshman camp. And it depends on the high school how they run that. Some are a full day of camp, some are an evening camp where they come, they do team building, they meet other students, they meet teachers, they meet upperclassmen who show them around the building. They find where their classes are and plot out their walk for that first day. Really spend time doing that. We also do a parent orientation for 9th graders at the same time, so that parents have more information. So as you can see, we plan for lots of multiple exposures to the high school, so that the student has a lot of exposures, and parents do too, have opportunities to connect, to ask questions, and to feel like you're comfortable with the next steps. Then, once we get past the course selection process, our middle school principal and counselor meets with the high school principal and counselor, and they walk through every child that's transitioning from middle school to high school. So if there were special needs, a 504 plan, if there was a challenge, or this child's an amazing artist and you need to connect them to the art program. So everything in that transition is shared with our administrative team. At ninth grade, we have a counselor and administrative staff dedicated to helping wrap our arms around our ninth graders and make sure that they have a great year. We also have academy directors that will reach out to you personally, connect with you, and make sure if your child chooses an academy program that you're set up there. Additionally, for our students who are identified as gifted, there's an advanced academics specialist at central office and a campus liaison that are both resources for you to help connect and make sure that your child's needs are being served. And then finally, we have a graduation team at the high school that meets weekly through September, monthly October through April, and then weekly through May to review every child, to talk about their credits, successes, celebrations, and supports that students might need as they make the transition to high school. So we have really an articulated plan that we work to help because we know that transition is huge. So we want to turn it over to our high school principals, and again, we hope you feel, you leave the end of the night with this is how you feel, like, okay, this is great, my kiddo's going to be fine, and we have a wonderful team of people that want to wrap their arms around your child and your family and make sure they have a great experience. So we're going to open it up to our principals and our amazing students. So I'm going to start off with Ms. Hall and just ask you to introduce each of yourselves and just tell a little bit about your campus. So Ms. Hall, if you want to start with that.
Okay. All right, my name is Brooke Hall. I have been the principal at Turner now for 5 years. I've been in CFB this is my 23rd year in CFB. I have a daughter in the district. She is sitting right over there. She is a 4th grader at J.D. Stark, and then she will attend Vivian Field and she'll attend Turner. So it's really important to me that she is a part of the district. At Turner, we have a little over 2,000 students. I checked the enrollment today. We're at 2,052. We have those 2,000 students in a very large comprehensive high school broken into 4 small learning communities, or we call them colleges at Turner. And each one of those colleges is centered around a cluster of career options or career interests. We have a cluster around business and entrepreneurship, a cluster around public services, education, the biomedical field. That's where our Biomed Academy is housed. We have a cluster around arts and humanities, and that's where you will find our AMAT Academy, the Academy of Media, Arts, and Technology. And we have a STEM Academy, METSA. So students that are in the 8th grade and coming to Turner, one of the first things that they do is select an area of interest in one of those 4 career clusters. And then they become a part of that academy where they have an assistant principal and a counselor and an academy director or dean that work exclusively with the students in that college. So we try to take an environment that can be very large and sometimes intimidating and make it feel smaller and make it feel more comfortable with a group of teachers and counselor and administrator that work exclusively with those students. We also have a lot of different programs at Turner that we offer. We offer the district's cosmetology program. We offer the district's NJROTC program. We offer one of a couple of auto programs. We have auto body and auto tech. We have FFA. We have welding. So we have a lot of different programs at Turner and a lot of different opportunities for students to pursue a course of study that will prepare them for college, whether that's a 4-year university or to begin their journey after high school in a community college. We also offer lots of options for students to pursue licenses or certifications that will allow them to graduate from high school and to go right into the world of work. So we work really hard to make sure that we provide a lot of different options for students based on what they're interested in and give them the opportunity to explore several different areas of interest while they're in high school, and it's free before it costs you money when they change their major in college. So we are very excited about the possibility of welcoming your child to Turner next year.
Hello, my name is David Turner High School, and I make part of the Biomedical Academy. I just have to say that it has been a great pleasure being in the Biomedical Academy. It has definitely increased my passion for the medical field, my interest, and it has provided me with a variety of opportunities for the pathway that I want to go into. Right now, I'm taking the certification for phlebotomy, so that's very helpful for when I go out of high school. I already have that medical experience as I go into college. Also, not only do not only am I in the Biomedical Academy, but I also do a lot of programs. I'm involved in a lot of organizations. So the academies not only allow you to be exposed to multiple opportunities in your field, but also they don't interfere with other things you want to get in your high school experience, such as extracurriculars, any other organization you can be a part of.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Timothy Isley, and I'm serving as the principal at Early College High School. This is my 5th month, but the principals before me had set a fantastic foundation for our children, and that I have a student, my child, she's a senior at Newman Smith High School, through Polk Middle School, through Country Place Elementary. I live in the district, shop at Kroger's, sometimes get my tires at Discount Tire. I guess the point is that I'm very invested in the health of our district, the health of my own child, and the well-being of your children. And there couldn't be a better place. Well, there probably is a lot of better places in this bunch right here. But I'd like to think that Early College High School is a fantastic opportunity for your child. We are situated on the college campus at Brookhaven at the corner of Valley View and Marsh Lane. Our population is 333 students. We try to take a 6-year education program and squeeze it into 4 years. So by the end of 4 years, they walk out with a diploma from the high school, conferred by CFB, as well as an Associates of Science or an Associates of Arts from Brookhaven College. So they're wearing 2 hats, 2 graduation caps that help kind of launch them into their next phase of young adulthood. The school's about 10 years old, maybe a little bit older. Its first class was 2006, graduating in 2010. We have about 11 classrooms, but we have the full facility of the college environment. The modern science technology labs, the computer science full of updated technologies. We have professors that are highly trained and well-traveled. They've seen an expanded view of the world and try to help locally bring our kids to being positive leaders and servants of our democratic society. The 6-year program oftentimes comes with it. It's really a 4-year program, but we're squeezing that in, right? It has an advantage to earning some scholarships. We had 52 students who had the associate's degree and almost brought in $5,200,000 scholarships last year. So that's like handing each kid a $100,000 check to move on to their next phase. Our school is an AVID school. Some of your children are in AVID classrooms in the middle school, so it's a way to help them become better organized, more focused, and develop that hard-working work ethic. We're not all academic, but that is our primary focus. Our kids are an inspiration because they work in local clubs, local organizations with the college to help serve their communities. And things that might include Rotaract, Ignite, a GEM program for mentorship, a variety of other student education, counseling kind of programs. Did I just get a single do one? Because I talk on and on and on. Sorry. But I guess in summarizing, The opportunities to earn an internship there, to earn a scholarship, to work with students in study groups is a lifelong connection. That's what they're going to do once they leave you, right? And so I want to ask you to seriously consider early college, high school for your child. More importantly, he's got a better message because he's one of our graduating seniors. Danny.
I am a senior at Early College High School, and I just like to say that it's a very good school. The freshman year to senior year, it has flowed very smoothly, I would say, because at first I was scared of the big campus, but now as a senior, I was being mentored by a couple of students, and they helped me, I would say, like, go through high school and college, because I was very stressed out about it. I didn't think that I would be able to do it, but as a senior, I would say that it's very smooth, and even though people feel really pressured because of the college classes, it's very challenging, but easy. Way to go. As some students are scared of the cafeterias, we don't have a cafeteria at every college. we have a lot of picnic tables, but we also have a Subway. Our campus is very unique because we get to unite as a family with the college students. Although our high school is very small, we do have the whole campus to roam, and I would say that we're very involved in clubs and stuff like that. A fellow friend of mine is part of the Student Government Association, which is a Brookhaven College club. So my point is that we're very involved with Brookhaven College, and it's a great school to go to. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe LaPuma, and I am the principal at Creekview High School. I've been in the district for 13 years now, and I started my first 5 years at the great DeWitt Perry, where I served as the principal and worked with some fantastic teachers and students. I've been the principal at Creekview High School for 8 years now. It's a Creekview High School on Old Denton, 3201 Old Denton. It's hard to believe is in its 20th year of existence, 1998 to 2018, built on 70 acres, which once was farmland. So we're one of 400 schools in the state of Texas that received 7 distinctions, academic distinctions, and that's over 8,700 schools that were rated. We've done that every year since they started the distinctions and the stars. We've had every distinction that we could get every year since the changeover. The community and our feeder schools represent the ethnic diversity of our community, and we're very proud of that. 23% Anglo, 14% Asian, 14% African American, 49% Hispanic. Like I said, we opened in '98. We're in our 20th year. 1,935 students make up our campus of 9th through 12th graders. Over 140 teachers and 40 other staff members. We proudly carry the unofficial name of Creekview America. Academically, like I said, I talked a little bit about the distinctions. We're very proud of our academic history at Creekview High School. We offer over 30 AP courses, advanced placement courses that cover the range of content areas, everything from AP Music Theory to AP Spanish to AP French to, of course, AP Literature, etc. Our SAT and ACT scores, I'm so proud of our students and our teachers. Our average is above the nation in SAT and ACT scores, very impressive. I always say I would put our students up against any student nationwide, whether it's from San Francisco to Boston. I've been to both with students. Our kids are, this guy sitting to the left of me is probably one of them. Some of our kids will compete with the very best in the United States. We're very proud of that. Academics, we're very proud of that. Also, fine arts, comprehensive high school, band, orchestra, choir, speech. We won national and state championships in our speech and theater department. Our art department is phenomenal. Just walk through Creekview High School and look at our ceiling tiles that have been, that are eye-opening. Cheerleading, drill teams, of course, dance classes, male and female. Of course, high school sports, everything from football, basketball, softball, baseball, swimming and golf. We have a strong AVID advancement via individual determination, a strong college-going culture, and this is for our first-time students whose parents did not attend college. These were for our first-time students. One of our strengths also is our 9th grade initiative. I understand the importance of the 5th to 6th grade transition, as that was some of my learning from DeWitt Perry. That transition was so huge when I visited McCoy and we started preparing. But I also understand the 8th to 9th grade transition. They're still kids, and the time goes by very quickly. We just start dealing with bigger kid issues, so to speak. We're very proud of our team. They're the most caring teachers that you would want to find. The Law and Criminal Justice Academy, I could talk that is our one academy. We have 5 attorneys, 5 teachers that have Juris Doctorates, law degrees, that teach at our campus. Very smart individuals. We have a mock trial team, and we have a moot court team, and I could go on and on about them, but I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Simon Pena here, who lives in the neighborhood and attends Creekview High School, to talk a little bit more about our Law and Criminal Justice Academy and his experiences at Creekview. Simon Pena.
Hey y'all, my name is Simon Pena. I'm a senior at Creekview High School this year. The Law and Criminal Justice Academy is something that I definitely hold near and dear to my heart. I've known since my 6th grade year at Field Middle School that I wanted to be a lawyer, and that has reigned true through my 4 years, through my 3.5 years at Creekview. I just got back with my co-counsel a couple weeks ago from Princeton University in New Jersey, where we placed 8th in the nation, and I got a top attorney award. It's things like this and the opportunities that we're able to get through the Law Academy, and not even just through the Law Academy, but through Creekview itself and our amazing teachers and our faculty, that have allowed me to really expand my knowledge of the law and of the world and government in order to be able to go to places like Princeton and places like Duke University and Austin and Chicago and place in national state competitions how we do. I can honestly say that if I hadn't gone to Creekview, I would not be the same person I am today. I don't think that my knowledge of the law and my knowledge of the government would be as amazing as it is now. And I'm sure we'll get into that more later. But yeah, Creekview has been an extremely amazing experience to have.
Our principal at Newman-Smith High School with Sam LaFleur.
Hi, good evening. My name is Michael Arriola, and it is my honor to serve as the principal at Newman-Smith High School, one of the great high schools here in Carrollton-Farmers branch. And I am honored to serve as the 5th principal of Newman-Smith High School and following the tradition of great leaders who have always been very forward-thinking. And that's a tradition at Newman-Smith High School. It's always looking ahead at what's next. What's going to come next in our marketplace? What are traditions that are going to really reign in the future? And so with that in mind, our predecessors have laid in place some programs that we feel like really prepare our students for the future. First, we have our International Business Academy. The International Business Academy focuses on all aspects of business, whether it be accounting, HR. We travel internationally, we travel domestically to big businesses here in the United States, and our students have a great experience that is unique to Newman-Smith High School. Along with the International Business Academy, we're honored to offer Spanish, French, Japanese, German, and we are looking forward to offering Chinese as well here in the future. Another great program at Newman-Smith High School is our Science and Engineering pathway. Our Science and Engineering pathway is very unique at Newman-Smith because our students participate in UIL robotics. They participate in different competitions here in the state of Texas and also nationally. We're also proud to partner with Manning Architects, SMU Lyle School of Engineering, the UNT College of Engineering and the UTA College of Engineering, as well as the UT Dallas College of Engineering and Computer Science, to really work together and develop some great programs. We have a dual credit class for our students who are in science and engineering from the University of Texas at Austin, which is also unique to Newman-Smith High School. Another great thing about Newman-Smith High School has been our focus on AP courses for all of our students. We know that equity exists through great education, and so we really focus on that at Newman-Smith High School. We are a very diverse campus, similar to Creekview, but we have a population of students that we want to push to be college ready and career ready, and we believe that that's through AP courses. We were named one of America's most challenging high schools by the Washington Post this past year because of that focus, pushing all students, not just our students who start off in pre-AP, not just our students who want to go to college, but we push all of our students to join AP so that they challenge themselves and they have the opportunity to go to college when they graduate from our school. We offer 27 AP courses, and 80% of our class of 2017 continue with post-secondary education. Our top 10% graduated with an average of 33 college credits, and our orchestra and fine arts programs are second to none. Our orchestra has won sweepstakes for 31 straight years, which is unmatched anywhere in the state of Texas. Our band was the only band in Carrollton-Farmers branch to advance to the area finals in UIL, and our one-act play advanced to the top 5 in the state of Texas last year. We are also the only school in CFB that offers a fully functioning restaurant, which is run by our students, which is Cafe Smith. And so we feel like we have such a great variety of options for all of our students at Newman-Smith High School, and we really hope that you choose Newman-Smith to be your educational home. I'm proud to introduce Sam McClure, who's one of our great students at Newman-Smith, to tell you a little bit about himself.
Good evening, my name is Sam McClure, and I'm a senior at Newman-Smith. I'm a member of 2 of the great programs that he mentioned, the International Business Academy and the Science and Engineering Pathway. And I love my school. One of the biggest reasons I do love Newman-Smith is because they really push you to be as involved as you possibly can. If you want to do something, no one is there to stop you. In fact, they're pushing you to achieve really great things. And most students who are in the Science and Engineering and IBA, they really enjoy their time there. It really gives them really great experience for their futures, for what they want to do in college and after college. And I'm not the only student who is in both IBA and Science and Engineering program. In fact, it's becoming more popular to do so because people are noticing that Newman-Smith really helps you fly. It really helps you do as many things as you want to do.
And one thing that I'd like to add is Sam is headed to the Newman-Smith McKinney North game right after this, and you can see he's a member of our award-winning band as well, so we're happy that he made some time to come be with us in college.
Our principal at Ranchview High School and the student representing Ranchview Girls.
Good evening, everyone. I'm the principal at Ranchview High School, and this is my 6th year that I've been there. Ranchview High School is an International Baccalaureate World School. We really help students focus on reading, writing, researching, thinking, and being prepared for leadership. At Ranchview High School, all of our 9th and 10th grade students are part of the middle years program, which we share with Barbara Bush Middle School. And in the MYP program, students really focus on concept-based learning. So our teachers are working to bring the curriculum that they're studying and stretch it across many disciplines so students have that global perspective so they know how this curriculum fits not only in their lives here in Texas, but across the world. As sophomores, students have the opportunity to do a personal project, which is a project that's selected by the student in an interest of anything that they want to do. And students also have the opportunity to share their learning in any media that they want to. It could be a video, it could be a presentation, it could be a song, it could be any media that they want to do. As juniors and seniors, students have the opportunity to choose to be a full diploma candidate. And a full diploma candidate means that students take 6 college-level courses, both their junior and senior year, in English, math, science, social studies, world languages, and then usually a fine arts area. By taking college classes both their junior and senior year, students are developing a lot of skills that they're going to need for the university once they graduate. Students don't have to know what their career path is when they're at Ranchview High School. The foundational skills that they're receiving across all of their classes will help them be successful no matter the path that they choose. Our full diploma candidates also do an extended research project through the extended essay, as well as participate in service to give back to our community and to our world. So students at Ranchview High School, once they sit for the exams and earn the prestigious IB diploma, are guaranteed 24 college credit hours in public universities in the state of Texas. Many other states have reciprocal agreements, and each individual college can award college credit based on the exams that they take in high school as well. Students at Ranchview can be either a full diploma candidate, or they can take 1, 2, 3 IB courses, which may allow some of our students to have opportunities to participate in our fine arts and athletics as well. Ranchview High School is the smallest comprehensive high school in CFB. Currently, we have about 880 students, and we really encourage our students to get involved in everything that they want to try now, because this is the last time it's going to be free. So we want them to figure out what they like and what they don't like, so they have those choices once they go to college. Not only do we have the IB program at Ranchview, we also offer dual credit leadership cohort. So juniors and seniors can take dual credit courses on campus taught by Brookhaven or Northlake professors. And we also are expanding our information technology pathway, so students are getting more and more experience in both the hardware and software side of information technology. So Ranchview is a small school where everybody knows your name, because we are smaller than the other schools, but we really are preparing students to be successful in a world that we don't know yet what exists.
Hi, my name is Pearl, and I'm a junior. I think I'm the youngest out of the bunch. But I'm a full IB candidate. One of the main things that I really like about going to Ranchview is that although I'm in the full IB program, I'm still able to do everything else that I'm allowed to do. So in reference to the example that she gave, as a sophomore, we complete our personal project, and we're allowed to create our own project based on our own personal likings. So for mine, I had created a piece on the violin because I play the violin, and I was also able to incorporate recording video because I had a basketball game that same day. So I was still able to do everything I wanted to do and able to showcase my personal abilities and my personal talents to everybody else that was there, while still being able to do things I like to do. Along with that, I'm able to complete my 6 college classes, so I'm able to prepare in advance for what I'm going to experience in the future. And along with that, if I complete my diploma, I'm able to get the 24 college credit hours at any Texas public college, which is obviously save money, which is better. So we're all benefiting from that one way or another. And yeah, at the school, it's a really small school compared to the other ones, so we're really close and we're a really big family, and I think the support system that we have at the school is really good as well. The school is very diverse, so I feel very welcome there. It's not like I feel excluded from anything. So I think Ranchview is just a really good place to be, especially when trying to decide what you want to do due to it not being topic specifics. It's more broad, but also encompassing all of the college level type classes in order to prepare you. So.
Welcome to all of our Facebook Live viewers. So we've had about 300 people come on and off the Facebook Live, and we're capturing this as another source of information and sharing that out in the community. So if you have friends or family that weren't able to be here tonight that have questions, know that that's a source, and it'll be up on our district Facebook feed. We've heard about what makes the campus unique, and so in a couple of sentences, we want to ask you to share what you love the most about your school. So, and I'm going to start over this way with Sherry. So what is it that you love about being the principal at Range View High School?
I think the thing that I love the most about Range View are the people. We are a very diverse campus. We have families from all over the world. We're a very international campus. And so we have every background, religion. I joke all the time that our cafeteria really is a little United Nations. And because of that, we get along really well because there's great diversity. And so I think that is one of the strengths of our campus and for our student body, because that's going to reflect the world that our students are going to go out into.
Pearl, what do you love about Range View?
I agree with Ms. Scratch. If I could put one word at our school, or explain our school in one word, I would say diverse. And not only just in people, but in all aspects that we have. So in school, we have diverse options that we have. In our school, we have diverse people. We have diverse sports. We have diverse everything. So I feel like having a wide option of opportunities is really good, especially right before we set away from our parents and start to decide things for ourselves. So I think that's one way I would describe our school.
So Sam, what do you love most about Newman Smith?
At Newman Smith, I really appreciate the global focus that our school has. One very good example of this is that Newman Smith has a partnership with Korea City in Korea. Every year they send over 10 to 15 exchange students, and every other year we go back to Korea. And that's just one example. Newman Smith does a really great job of broadening your perspective. Just to see how people from around the world interact with each other is a really great way to expand your horizons and prepare for the diverse world.
Thank you. Mr. Ariola?
I would say that my favorite thing about Newman Smith is our students. We have great students. We have the best students. They lead the campus. They are our leaders. And we have the challenges that come with a regular high school. It's a very big high school, but our goal is to help our students see that education is the key to their future. And we do that by pushing them to AP, by supporting them, by teaching them to be leaders, and I think we've done a pretty good job.
Thank you. Simon, what do you love about Creekview?
I would say the thing that I love most about Creekview is how interconnected everything is. Just from the captain of our ultimate frisbee team also being the lead in the musical, to people in our color guard being in AP French classes, to me being both the captain of our moot court team and also heading the GSA and being an admin and all the things like that. Everything's really connected, and everybody knows everybody, and that's definitely what I love most about Creekview.
Mr. Lukuma?
Well, there's so many great things about our district. You hear diversity, and that's one of our strengths. The entire district, that's a strength of the entire district. But I'd also like to agree with Sherry Stretch. You know, the people is the best thing that I love about Creekview High School. We have a great opportunity to meet the social and emotional needs of 14 to 18-year-olds. And what a job that is, and how important that job is. Think about the brain development of those children. Yes, 14 and 18-year-olds are still children, but how important that is, because the social and emotional needs and the staff, by being able to meet those needs, help push the academic success that comes with it. Social and emotional needs first, academics second, to help raise your children, and help, you know, they're all of our children, but to help raise our children. So our people are our strength.
Daniel, early college.
What I would say that makes our campus unique is that we're all a family, because the fact that we're the smallest school based on population, really have a chance to connect with the people there. And not only that, but our collaboration with Brookhaven College, the fact that we're able to be part of their clubs and connect with them based on a cultural level, I think it's a very big opportunity to get us ready for college.
Mr. Isaac?
Well, I love the strong work ethic that's exhibited by our students on a daily basis, and the amazing dedication that our faculty has for these kids that want to improve themselves on a daily basis.
David, what do you love about her?
Well, I would say what I love most about my high school is the amount of opportunities students are offered. There's a lot of programs that people can get involved in, and if you have a specific interest that you want to go into, chances are that Turner has it.
I too, as some of the other principals have said, I would say that the thing that I love most about Turner is the people that I get to be in the building with every day, the students and the teachers. Last year, I had a substitute teacher who came up to me and said, I want you to know that every day that I come and sub at Turner, when I walk up to the front door, there is a student who opens the door for me and welcomes me to Turner. And it's not the same student every time. So I appreciate that we have some really fantastic students. We had some visitors to our building yesterday, and several of those visitors at the end of the day commented on the positive culture and the positive atmosphere at Turner, and the fact that the students and the teachers both were smiling throughout the day. And so they saw the relationships between the students and the teachers. And we have a real family atmosphere at Turner, and a real atmosphere of inclusion and making sure that everyone feels that they are important and a part of our school community.
So a question just for the students. We want to ask how you feel like your campus is preparing you for the future. So we're going to start with Sam. How you feel that Newman Smith is preparing you for what lies ahead?
Well, I think one great thing that all CFP schools do is their programs, their unique programs. For example, the experience that you gain in these programs is not just in the classroom, it's real world. So for example, this summer, my experience in the science and engineering pathway allowed me to get a job at a company called Robot Palletizer, where I worked as a lead technician assembling control panels for robot systems. And I think that pathways such as the ones offered at CFP do a really great job of preparing you for exactly what you want to do in the future. Again, it's best to expose yourself to these things now while they're free, rather than in college when you have to pay a lot.
Thanks, Sam. Simon, what about you? How's Creekview preparing you for your future?
I would definitely agree with Sam. The entirety of CFB and our programs have definitely given us real-world experience that we might not be able to get elsewhere. But Creekview specifically with the Law Academy. Now, I've already said I do want to be a lawyer, so I think it's fairly obvious there how that's helping me with what I want to do. But further than that, with the Law Academy, you're going to learn things that you wouldn't learn otherwise. Things like what's legal in a traffic stop, what you have to do, what you don't have to do in reference to police officers, how our government works and how you can get involved, and real world things that you need to know as an adult that are really going to give you, I guess you could say, a leg up in going from your senior year in high school into your adult life.
Thank you. Daniel, how's early college preparing you for your next steps?
I would say that the name of our school is pretty self-explanatory. I would say that the school prepares us for college, and it would make the transition from high school to college much easier. You get to meet new people at the college. You have new experiences there. So I guess the connection between regular high school students and college students and being in actual college classes just prepares us for the future.
David?
Well, like I said before, we have a lot of opportunities in Carrollton High School, and they're real-world situations. Just the other day, a couple of my friends are in the clinical rotations program, and they got the opportunity to be in an ER, and I think one of my friends saw like a person's leg fall. But yeah, it's a little rare for people our age. However, they enjoyed it, and just all the opportunities offered in our high school, specifically in our academies, but also in our sports. We have a lot of leadership opportunities in the organizations. I'm able to be in the Biomedical Academy, be president of 2 organizations, and also be in the swim team. So just a whole world of opportunities for you to be prepared for college.
And Pearl?
Me personally, I feel that Grandview truly prepares me to make me college ready, especially being in 6 college classes, plus being in all the extracurricular that I'm doing, because I really am in a lot of extracurriculars. That's something that's just me, and I don't want to let that go. And in college, in case there is a chance that I personally want to do extra things in college, I'm able to now learn and see how I can time manage and learn how to balance myself now, so that then when I go to college, it's not as difficult as for somebody who doesn't really have the experience. So I think that having, again, as I mentioned before, having a lot of opportunities and not being so specific based and able to go and explore my own personal mindset and things, I think that really helps me.
So our last question that we're going to ask, and then we're going to invite you, our panel will move out to the foyer, and so you're able to come and ask one-on-one questions about programs, ideas, suggestions, questions that you have. We'll have our team out here and able to respond to those. But in one word, if you had to describe your campus, and we'll just start with Ms. Hall and work our way across. If you had to describe your campus in one word, what would that be?
I really just have to say one word, and I explain my one word. I have a lot of different one-word answers.
Just
but
one word.
Just one word. I would say opportunity. I think the opportunities that students have at Turner are second to none in CFP.
Well, I would have to say that diversity, but not necessarily just the kind of people, but also the kind of, it's for the kind of people, because there's just a lot of people that go to our schools and interested in so many things, and just a lot of kinds of people that we get exposed to and that we're going to have to deal with eventually in college. So colleges, especially big schools, are very diverse. Campuses are very diverse atmospheres, and you get that experience at Turner. Just a little bit in a smaller scale, but it's still the same experience.
Inspirational.
I would say extraordinary.
I'm not going to let this all have more than one word, and you know. I would say passion, passion about academics and raising the social and emotional well-being of children.
I think I would describe Creekview as real. You learn a lot of the skills and a lot of the things that you need to know in the real world, and the Creekview definitely prepares me for that.
I would say community. And if you wanted to learn more about the Newman Smith community, you could come to our parent principal coffee this Saturday at Newman Smith High School.
I would have to say inclusive. Newman Smith does a really great job of making sure everyone has a place to fit and a place to be within the community, the Newman Smith family.
Like I said before, I think diversity is a really good way to in all aspects.
I really want to echo what everyone said here, but I think I would describe Rantu as a family. We're small and we really care for each other.
So at all of our high schools, we offer career-based education. We offer advanced placement courses, dual credit courses, or international baccalaureate courses. There are opportunity for domestic and international travel at all of our schools through different programs. We have students who leave us and go directly into the workforce, to the military. We offer 21 different certificates and licensures. We're one of America's best communities for music education in the United States for 10 years running. And we are really proud of our students, what they bring to the table, and it's because of great parents that choose to make us their choice for educating their children, and partner with us to provide the best possible opportunities. I want to thank AGT, CFB AGT, the first gifted association for parents in the state of Texas, because we also in CFB have the first school for gifted children. We're a model school in the state for that. So we want to thank you for being here for the AGT, and we also want to thank our district council PTA. We have tireless volunteers who contribute many hours through our PTA, and we thank them. We're going to be out in the hall. I'm happy to answer questions, so stick around, grab some refreshments, and thank you for being here tonight.